Hunga la hunga munga bunga haga maga sanga gaga banga banga hunga bunga snunga tunga munga munga. And that's all he's doing is hunga baga haga hunga baga hunga baga hunga buga hunga buga buga hunga buga buga.
Boop, boop, ooga booga, ooga booga. It's a radio show. Radio Free Fargo, 95.9. Oh, man.
Can you hear me? Because I can hear me in the cans.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's a radio show. Again, for some reason, they haven't kicked me off. Wishful thinking. I don't know. I'm going to play some songs. And then Matthew Lidwin. Why get mad? Get glad with Gladward Preston Seal. Matt Lidwin from the band Eden is calling in about a half an hour. Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. Matt's a good dude. He's literally like a, what everyone's trying to be nowadays, and or what their girlfriends or boyfriends are reading about the wild men of Sunset Boulevard and all that in the 80s. He is a straight up rack and rail. Yeah, I don't know. He's living the life, I guess. But yeah, he's got a band called Eden. He's calling in. He's a pal of mine. He's going to talk about,
what it is to be an artist and to write songs.
And then he's going to talk about some crazy stories and whatnot. He cusses like a sailor, and I've told him, I'm like, yo, man, no cussing. So if at any point the interview cuts off, it's because I had to dump, and then we'll try it again. But yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna play a song, I guess. Oh man, let's go hard. Let's come flying out of the gates with something swell, right? That's what you guys want to listen to? Something swell, something hard. All right, well, here's something hard. You're listening to It's a Radio Show on Radio Free Fargo, 95.9. If you want to hear any songs, call us at 701-478-4959. Until then, I'm going to play the hardest track on here, and that's Steven Seagal and Stevie Wonder.
Can't stand to be near me. Yeah, well, I come from a different place. My philosophy's from outer space. My religion is strange. I think it's cause you fear change. Afraid to try to understand. Stranger in a strange land. But don't think I'm gonna wait. You best believe that I'm here to stay. Because my God is better than your God. Maybe you don't like my skin or what I believe in. You don't like my prayer. You don't like the clothes I wear. How many people have to die for what one man might think is right? True path to life is more than one. Why do you force your will with a gun? It's not another holy war. I'll show you what I'm killing for. My God is better than your God. My God is bigger than yours. My God is better than your God. My God is bigger than yours. But I'm Muslim, I'm a Buddhist, I'm a Hindu, Catholic, and Jew. Everything you fear in me is all a part of you. Well, if there's something you believe in, if there's something that you got to say, don't let the bullets preach for you to facilitate your way. Well, beat me with your doctrine, convert me if you can. Deliver me from the guilt, but leave me with the sin. My God is better than your God. My God is bigger than yours. My God is better than your God. My God is bigger than yours.
Oh man, Steven Seagal coming with the heavy hits. That's Steven Seagal. Yeah, that's right, Steven Seagal. And Stevie Wonder with My God. A lot of you probably don't know. Steven Seagal is a established blues musician with 3 albums. So all of you jerk musicians out there like, oh man, Steven Seagal. Yeah, he has 3 encoded released albums, and you have YouTube and Bandcamp. So maybe stop cursing Steven Seagal's name and start to get your game going, because I don't know about you, that song was cool, and he had Stevie Wonder on it. What if Stevie Wonder thinks Steven Seagal's a black dude? Because he can't see because his eyes are lousy. But maybe Stevie Wonder's sitting there. Oh, look, Matt said he's going to call in 10 minutes. I'm calling off my house phone. Should I call? I will tell him house phone. Huss phone is what I said. I did not put I don't care. Anyway, back to my story, which is way cooler than me talking to Matt, which I will be talking to Matt in a bit here, but I'm trying to tell a cool story that I'm making up hypothetically, that maybe Stevie Wonder thinks that Steven Seagal is a black dude because Stevie Wonder's eyes are lousy, and because Steven Seagal, if you've ever watched his amazing crime show, Lawman, you'd know that he is a cop down in Louisiana, and I don't know what it is, but one minute they're driving in the car and he's like, I really enjoy, also working as a police officer, patrolling the streets, making sure the citizens are staying safe. And then soon, because of course they end up in like the hood and they catch a criminal because of course they're in the hood. He goes from I'm just here to protect the citizens. Hey man, what's going on with your daddy, yo? We ain't finna be moving in on you or nothing. It's like, Steven Seagal, stop it. But yeah, I don't know. That was a dumb rant. Anyway, I played Steven Seagal, My God. The song's called My God. It's Steven Seagal, Stevie Wonder, which made me think of some music that my pops has made. For those of you that don't know, my dad's been around since forever. He has a full-length album that is on the Spotify. It's called This Is What I Am. And this is my favorite track off it called What's Your Claim to Fame?
This is for those of you all that loves the blues. We also like to remind you that the first funk that ever landed on the face of the earth before it grounded beneath the first funk was always known as the blues.
Right here in my present state of mind. What's your claim to fame? What's your claim to fame? Tell me now, baby, what's your claim to fame? The things you lose out there looking at. Sing your song tonight. What's your claim? What's your claim?
Yeah, that was Eden. That was Matt. He's going to call in about 4 seconds or not. Maybe not. Maybe he will. That song was Lust in Blood. We're going to talk about that because that was the first song I heard by those guys. Kind of a cool story in a small world situation. I heard about Matt through like the CKY Alliance type stuff. So, and then he did something that my friends and I were planning on doing with our really crappy hardcore band back in like 2008, 2009. Speak of the devil. Hold on a second, folks. I'm going to play you guys a little bit of something, and then I'm going to answer the phone. So... Okay. Matt, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, I can hear you. I think that means the people. If Paul Stanley was here, that's the people can hear us. Oh man. So yeah, I was giving a little rundown, some words leading into you calling, and then you called. Basically, I was saying years ago, way back when in 2008, 2009, my buddies and I had this really stupid idea for our crappy hardcore like punk band, and that was to drive all the way to Westchester, Pennsylvania, because that's, we'd get on Radio Bam, right? And then, we were all dumb kids, so we just, instead of saving up money for gas or, properly learning how to record or play our music, we spent it all on booze and drugs, and I don't condone that kind of behavior. And
dude,
then literally,
that is so messed up because in 2008,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. Is like, so we planned on doing it. We planned on doing that in June. We're like, yo, dude, we're all gonna road trip to Westchester, and we're gonna hang out with Bam, and we're gonna get on a show, and then people are gonna hear our music, and then we just partied and didn't do that. And then literally, I think it was like that summer, or maybe it was the following year, was the first time I ever heard of you, and then your band, Eden, was on Bam's show because you did exactly what my friend. Except you did it. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I guess we were both on the same road at the same time.
Right? And then lo and behold, we end up working together this past summer.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, I guess dating back to 08. Was it 08, 07, 09? It was around that time.
Yeah, around 08, 09. I think 09 definitely the latest.
Yeah.
I remember I was working at that, that place that we went to, Cops Custard, by my... Yeah, that's
dude,
where I was working at the time.
It's like
just me.
Such a great story. Like, I'm tired of working at this burger joint. I'm gonna go do this.
You're right.
Awesome. So yeah, so you decide to did you like cut your finger on the onion? Did you? Or were you tired of like your manager yelling?
No, I told the manager I effed his wife.
Yeah.
And he got really mad, and I got fired. And then, after that, I was just like, screw this stuff. I really want to put everything in, into music. Let's go, guys. So me, Keith Robinson, and Kevin Organ took off in this Trailblazer. Broke down a couple times on the way there. On the way back, we had to really watch it. Yeah. But no, made it there, made it back. Bam heard our music, and he ended up liking it.
Right. Yeah, no, because around that time when he had his show, he was always like, yo, I'm tired of these kids sending me like their crappy 4-track songs. Like, if you want me to hear your music, make good music.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, you guys made the cut, man. It was awesome.
I was lucky.
Luck is part of it, but the thing is, you went for it, and you went for it hard.
Yeah. Well, I figured, we play something, close to, we're in like the goth rock genre, so
Yeah.
That's something he really I mean, really likes.
Heffin,
so.
he said, if I do recall.
Yeah, effing. Yeah, he really effing likes. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We pulled it off, and now look at where it took me. Now we did a music video with him, and now we're just waiting, and the editing and all the green screening, that takes time.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I guess, you get out there, and you'd already been doing, the band and playing shows before all that. That's how, I came across you and whatnot.
Right.
And then, so I guess, where do you go from here? So another thing, I guess, to tell the people about the music process or the writing of your band is you hold that axe. You're more than, I guess, most people would see a music video and be like, oh, that dude's just the singer, right? Mm-hmm. Well, you do a little more than that, eh?
Well, basically how it goes, I write the guitar, I do, all the bass, I do all the drums, I do all the keyboards, I do 95% of everything in the studio, and then Keith helps here and there. He does, his justice, he does, stuff too, but like you said, I hold the axe when it comes to doing things. But I take care of everything, and I'm the main singer-songwriter of all of it. And I can't believe it's brought me this far. So it's a pretty cool thing to think about.
Right. Yeah, I mean, especially in this day and age, man. I mean, you know how the music world is just as well as I, or even better. It's oh man, it's almost non-existent. But I mean, I see a lot of folks from overseas.
95% of our orders are from overseas.
That's so awesome. Dude,
and I was talking to my girlfriend. I'm just like, and she lives over in Yorkshire, and literally, I should be living over there. Oh yeah, not in Greenfield, Wisconsin.
But, I say the same thing. I'm like, this whole week up here in Fargo, it's supposed to be negative $1 million for the next few days. I'm just like, why? Why do I live here?
Dude, it was Keith's got it bad. It's negative 16
That's right.
something or
he
something like that.
He lives in Bismarck or Dickinson, North Dakota.
Yeah,
right?
Bismarck, yeah.
Man, that guy's got to start hanging out more. I only live 4 hours. 3-4 hours. It's crazy because North Dakota, you don't think is it, and he's 4 hours from me. I'm technically 4 hours from you almost. That's actually more, but if you drive fast, it's 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, I think I did a solid 9 hours from here to from your place, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, what I'm getting at is, Keith, if you're listening, you need to come hang out.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Right? Oh, man.
Yeah, I was actually, I'm rounding up the boys again. So my plan is, Keith on guitar, Steve Wolf on drums, the same drummer that was in the Black Diamond video that you were in.
Yeah.
That was also a great music video shoot.
That was, it was something. It was the first time I've worked with kind of like that.
In all honesty, I didn't think it was going to come out as good as it did. And Eddie Curran brought everything to the table, and he did an amazing job.
Because, with the way I remember, because we were kind of talking about it when we were filming it. And I was just like, he kept asking me man, what do you think? I'm like, excited to see how this is going to turn out, because I've done a handful of filming things, and now I don't have the best equipment, and so my eye only sees what my equipment, my filming stuff allows me to,
Mm-hmm.
So we had the Trident in the background and the lights, and I'm like, oh man, I don't think this is really going to come across. I think this is gonna. I mean, it's gonna look cool, but it's gonna be kind of grungy, or it's gonna look low budget. But then I saw the final product, and I was like, oh, awesome, dude. This is eons past, what I thought it was going to end up looking like. And yeah, it's a solid video. It's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. He did an amazing job. And then right after that, I was like, dude, we need to do another video right away. Like,
yeah. And that dude works. He's a busy bee. He ran like how I forget how many. We were there for a handful of hours too, and he pretty much ran every take for the whole.
Yeah,
song.
I know. Remember him just like running all over behind us and stuff? Yeah,
it was hilarious. And like he was all crouched down. I like a couple of times he got kind of close, and I think he heard me like the second time. I was like, oh man, you run me a Schmeagol. from the Lord of the Rings, and he kind of like looked at me, so which is why he didn't put me all in the. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, dude. So yeah, we did that video. That was.
What did you think about the whole cloak thing?
I was cool with it. You know, like
Keith didn't like it. Really, Steve didn't like it. You weren't really into it, but I was like, no, trust me, this is going to look cool. And like I had like the visionary of how it's going to turn out.
And it transferred. I mean, especially with the gals in the video, they were, yeah, that's right, folks. If you're listening, there's girls in this music video. Oh.
Yeah, cute girls. Yeah, hot to trot ones that you can take off the track.
They're ready to go every which way but Sunday. But yeah, so. Yeah, I don't know, man. The hood things, like, I got what you were kind of seeing. And like I said, it transferred in the video. I was indifferent because, you know, like, I drove out there. I hung out for, like, a day or two out in Chicago with my buddies from Texas Toast who did Warped Tour. And then, I forget, did we... And then I came to Milwaukee, met up with you guys, met for the first time. Did we do the yeah, we ate at Cops Burgers. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And and then we went out and did the video, and yeah, it was a cool 48 hours or 60 some hours of my life. I just drove randomly.
And then we got to go see CKY backstage after.
Yeah, that was I got to see the inner workings of Warped Tour, and sadly, not really. I haven't been to a Warped Tour since 2000, and even then, I was like, why would anyone do this? It's outside all day, but then like CKY and a few other cats that I'm into ended up playing this past year, and I'm like, dude, I'll go to Warped Tour, and then we ended up like hanging out with the Eckie boys and Uncle Matt and the Doo-Doo Bird. Oh man, yeah. It was
Did I ever tell you about the story about what happened after the CKY show?
I've been meaning to we talk since then, and I've been meaning, and I keep forgetting to ask you because I had to get going, and you're like, and like Keith's phone was dying, and like you guys didn't have a ride, but you're still alive, so I mean that's cool.
Yeah.
What happened?
No, after you left. After, you left the bar, me and Keith were having a good time, with CKY. We went back to the tour bus and whatnot, and we were hanging out, and all of a sudden Keith disappeared, and we were just like, I was like, where did Keith go? So I'm like marching around, there's a million tour buses, and I'm like, Jesus. So I see him and Uncle Matt outside of this tour bus, and there was maybe 10 people. Keith is trying to fight Attila.
Why would he fight Attila?
I don't know. He was so drunk out of his mind. He was like, "Yeah, I'll beat you up, man. Yeah, I'll mess you up." Just straight up total drunk. Keith comes back to the tour bus, starts throwing comes back. I finally get him out of it, and one of the dudes from Attila was just like, dude, you need to calm your dude down right now, man. You need to calm him down. And, Keith was just like, you're nothing but a bunch of,
Right. Just every name in the book. And
yeah. And I had to grab Keith, and I was like, look, I'm going to take care of him, and I'm going to get him out of your face right now. I'm sorry about this. And he's like, you better. And the guy was just like, you better be sorry about this, otherwise he would have got beat up.
Yeah.
And so we're walking away, and Keith was just like, I'm not done yet. And then sprints off and goes back at him. I was like, no. So I grab him again. and I take him back. So I sit Keith down on a chair. I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
What do you think you're doing? And turns out he pissed in Chad's whiskey bottle. He peed in Chad from CKY's whiskey bottle.
Oh my God. I mean, did Chad know? That's my
yeah.
Oh,
because
no.
Chad came up and he was like, someone peed in my whiskey. Turns out it was Keith. And Keith starts throwing chairs around, and I was like, all right, Chad, I'm getting him out of here now.
Right.
He's like, yeah, you better.
Right.
So I'm sitting, we're waiting for an Uber right back at the same, bar that we were at. And so Keith's just like, I don't like those guys. I don't like those Attila guys.
Right.
I can, if I wanted to, I could have my own tour bus by myself. I can, he was just talking all talk.
Yeah,
and, just being total drunk mode. But he didn't remember any of it.
Awesome.
But, which happens when you drink a lot.
I always say, especially with my bandmates, you're allowed one a year. Like, each member of the band is allowed one crap show of drunkenness a year. And, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
So we get him in the Uber. He starts talking crap to the Uber driver. I'm sitting in front. Keith's in the back. And Keith is just like, no. Turn here. And he doesn't know what he's saying. And the Uber driver's like, no, this is where Matt's house is.
Right.
Like, this is the address. Like, this is where we're going to. So he passes out after, 1.5 minutes. Falls straight dead. I had to have the Uber driver pick him up with me, give him an extra $10 just to help me pick him up out of the Blazer that he was driving, pick him up, carry him into my house, put him in my bed. I had to pay $10 for that extra cash to help this dude. Dude, it was bad. And then Keith wakes up the next morning. He's like, "Hey, man,
yesterday was pretty awesome."
Yeah. Did we get in a fight last night or something like that? And I'm like, dude, I don't even want to talk to you right now.
Oh man, that's too. Did you guys end up doing the bowling thing with all the Warped Tour bands and CKY and all that, or no?
Nah, me and my dad were supposed to go to that, but no, we didn't end up doing it.
I was gonna say, have you? I just want to know, especially because of Chad's.
Because of Chad's whiskey bottle. After that, I don't think Chad will ever like him again.
Yeah, I was going to say, Chad's not the kind of dude that would forget something. I guess
he's definitely going to remember that, and he's going to hold that to Keith forever.
Oh, that's a great story. I didn't know about. I know that he kind of had gotten in a scuffle, but I didn't know all the details. And that's a crappy time to live through, but that is a great story.
I almost got beat up from the Attila because of him.
Oh man!
Just from getting him away from the guys in Attila, he would have got beat up pretty bad. But you know what? It didn't happen. So,
right. I think the worst thing to come out of that is that you'd have to live with getting beat up by
And what was funny is we were hanging out with Attila at that bar that night.
Oh yeah.
But beforehand. Everything was awesome, and then I was hanging around Jess, from CKY, and I whipped my finger thing out,
Oh yeah.
My faunus. And
Vladimus.
My Vladimus. And since I have a ring, the piercing in it, the bead popped out and, fell into the river in Milwaukee.
Oh no.
And and me and Jess were laughing so hard, I was shaking it all around, the bead popped off and went in the Milwaukee River. So I had to find a new little bead thing to put back in the
oh man
in the piercing.
Did you get one from some random person's ear?
No, thank God I had backups at my house.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, man. As I was driving back, I was like thinking to myself, because one of my friends lives in Milwaukee, and him and his old lady, I was right when I just filled up with gas, and I just left the bar where we were all hanging out.
Yep.
And he's like, "Yo, man, you still hanging out, man?" And I'm like, "I'm just about to leave." He's like, nah, dude, swing by real quick." I'm like, all right. Yeah, so I stopped by, and then the whole time, I'm like, man, I could still just be hanging out with everybody. It's like I got.
Why was it boring?
Yeah, I got over there and they're just like watching Netflix with the lights off, and I'm like, well, I mean, all right.
You could have been having a blast.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's how it goes. But yeah, man, that was a weekend, man. I'll tell you that. I'll actually be down in your neck of the woods in June. We were talking about that earlier. Might do a show, but I know my band will be playing in Chicago and possibly Milwaukee. We're trying to set something up the night before, but you should come down to Toastamania in Chicago, dude. It it gets pretty stupid. And
all right, I would be there,
and it'll be funny because your name's Matt. The drummer in the band Diamond's name is Matt, and then our good buddy from Texas Toast Chainsaw Massacre, his name is Matt, and Matt from Texas Toast is a huge Alliance dude, and he has a whole bunch of crazy stories. He went out to the Christmas show, the infamous CKY Christmas show.
Yeah, I was at that show.
Oh, yeah. So,
I was on stage for that show.
Okay, and then he's really good friends with Kamran. And
I know Kamran Falati.
Yeah.
I played a show with Kamran.
Yeah,
we played at the Alibis in Westchester
awesome.
with his band.
Alibis, good. A lot of stories from that place. Yeah, once again, it's that crazy world of the CKY Alliance where it's more than the rule of three. I know that guy who knows that guy, and now I know you kind of. But because, then, Matt from Toast, his girlfriend, who lives in Vancouver, her and her sister are, good friends with Matt Dice from CKY. And it's it's like this revolving crazy door. It's never ending. It's a small world is what I'm getting at, especially in the CKY world.
I remember jumping on Kamran's, when... Me, Keith, and Kevin, we lost our drummer the night before we were supposed to do the show at Alibis.
Okay.
So I had to drum and sing, and then Matty J jumped in.
Okay.
The night, right when we got there, he jumped in and started drumming for us and learning the songs. He did 3 songs, and then I had to drum and sing. I had to play guitar and sing for a couple songs.
Oh, man.
I don't know, it was weird. But, yeah, that's when I don't know, they got a different name now. I think it's I forget the name.
Yeah.
It's not Ethel anymore.
Yeah, I was just looking at it. I can throw it up here. Man, speaking of, you just said, man, whatever happened to Matty J? Open Your Eyes is Kamran's band.
Yeah, Open Your Eyes.
Yeah, whatever.
That was the name of Ethel's album, too.
Okay.
I think I still have it in my basement.
Awesome. Speaking of things I have in my basement and what I just brought up, I have, for some reason, a bunch of Hello Cleveland CDRs at my... I just came across them in a box, and I'm like, I don't even know how I got these.
Dude, I don't even know how I have a refrigerator magnet that says Hello Cleveland on it, and I have no fucking clue. I have no clue how I got a Hello Cleveland magnet on my refrigerator.
Right. Yeah, brutal. But dude, are you in contact with Matty J at all, or what?
He sent me a song a few months back. He wanted me to write lyrics and sing for it, and he kind of sounded like him a little bit.
Okay.
And that's my style. I like that stuff.
Right.
But I just really wasn't. It's not that I wasn't into the song. I just felt like not doing it.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to do it at the time.
That's the great thing about doing stuff is you don't have to do stuff you don't want to.
Well, I rather write my own stuff than than do anything on somebody else's stuff.
Yeah. No, I had one like, I guess, interact. I don't. When during the Carver City tour, so no, it was the tour after that. So 2010, I got on stage and I played a couple of songs with CKY. And in the middle of Frenetic Amnesic, because right before that, because earlier in the day, Chad and I were talking, and he's like, "Yo, Cam, what songs can you play?" And I'm like, like Frenetic. I can do, Gigi's, any Gigi song because I know them all. Or I can do a handful of Foreign Objects songs. Then he kind of did that Chad look, like, Foreign Objects, huh? And he's like, we'll do Bite It and we'll do Frenetic. And I'm like, all right. And he's like, you can play them. And I'm like, yeah. And I hummed the bass lines. And he's like, all right, good enough. So yeah, later in the show, he pulls me up and he does a talking, doing the Chad talk on stage thing. And then, like, we talked about it, and then he brought up, like, Bite It, You Scum. So I got my hand in position, for some reason. I was kind of new to playing, and that was the first time I played in front of that many people. And it was with my favorite band of, like, my youth. So
yeah,
there was a lot of things. The Cosmos had a line, so I had my hand down, on the A, on the E string, Well, and then all of a sudden, they just does the count, and all of a sudden we're playing Frenetic Amnesic. Well, my brain didn't transfer, so I kept my hand, down in that box, and I started playing the bass line in A instead of G. So, like, for half the song, I'm playing it like a full step off. And
man.
Yeah, which, I mean, let's be honest, it's like, I'm sure nobody noticed except, musicians.
Right. Oh man, that reminds me of the time Eden when I was on tour with F-Face Unstoppable.
Yep.
Bam Span.
Yep.
I was on tour, and then
did you guys play Minneapolis?
We played a lot of places.
Yeah,
man.
I saw the one when there was like the Zach Galifianakis. Were you on?
Oh no,
that one?
I wasn't on that one.
Okay, that's one I saw, and man, wow.
No, I wasn't on that tour.
Yeah,
this was like one of the first tours.
Okay, all right.
And Keith, we rehearsed everything for like months on hand, but I was gone in Westchester for like a while, like 3 months, and then I had to jump on a flight to Flint, Michigan, and jump on a tour bus, and then I had to keep in contact with the band. They were rehearsing at my house, and well, Keith played the solo in the wrong spot at the show, and like the bass line is totally different. Like the bass line,
Right.
And but Keith is like, nothing made any sense on like one of the biggest hits we've ever had. He messed up it all, but no big deal. But I don't know. He played stuff in the wrong spots too, thinking like, oh, I think it goes here, but it didn't. So.
Oh man, But
I've done that many times as well.
It's been a long time since I have, because like every once in a while someone will pull up that video of me and CKY, and they're like, "Oh, dude, you did a thing with CKY!" Whoa! And I'm like,
"You got to send me that video. I've never seen that."
I'm part. It's one of the Lions dudes, James Good. He did that. He did two. Him and his buddies basically followed CKY on that whole tour. It's called CKY or Bust, and then CKY like tour documentary. So there's a two-parter. He actually did 3, and then he toured Canada with those guys, and he filmed like the whole tour. And it's really cool stuff. So and then the Minneapolis date is in there. But yeah, every time someone brings it up, they're like, "Oh man, how awesome!" And I just like, it feels like I get gut punched because I just immediately think of like. And that's what I was getting at. Is so like, hey, we're halfway through the song, and right when I realized, oh, dude, you're playing it a half. I guess the verse part is what I'm talking about. You know, I was playing that half step. Then I did the chorus, and then going back into the verse, I realized, oh, dude. So I started playing it correctly, and we got through 2 bars of that. And then I just feel like the bass lift off me, and Matty J took the bass and just started playing. And then he kind of like lightly brushed me off stage or to side stage and started playing and whipping his hair around. And then Chad chewed him out. And they got in, like, the whole band got in a huge dumb fight after the show. And I'm like, oh no, I feel like I broke CKY up because I can't play songs correctly. Yeah, but that years later, I ended up talking with Darren, and he kind of remembered that night. And he's just,
well, how is his music coming along though?
They should have a music video and a single coming out soon. I think. Basically, he has like 2.5 albums worth of music, and instead of releasing it all on his own, he's getting label support. You know, he's trying to do this stuff justice, and what music I've heard is awesome. It's, you know, it's the music that got me into playing music. You know, the CKY style riffing, Darren's writing. The thing is like, you know, he doesn't. The way it seems, Darren, I mean, if it happens, it happens, and he'll be great with it, but he doesn't want to, like, you know, like CKY right now, they're playing everywhere and pretty much sold out shows, and they're doing big tours. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, Darren thinks that they're playing half full venues in front of nobody. And really, that's what it was in his last few years of CKY, and it wasn't enjoyable. He felt like it was a sinking ship. And none of them got along, at least from his perspective. So, you know, he was done doing music, and a lot of us kept pestering him. You know, he did the acoustic album, and then we pestered him some more, and then he ended up doing the Anniversary Foreign Objects thing. But, you know, he got cleaned up, and he's inspired to do music. Like, he really wants to do it again. But will it be on the same level as CKY, like, you know, audience-wise? Probably not. No. And I don't expect it to be. If it does, great. But
he ain't got the remaining members.
Yeah. And yeah, it's Darren, you know, of ex-CKY guitar player, and then some dudes, which is whatever. They're great musicians. But, you know, it's a new band, and I don't expect it to be, you know, I don't expect them to be playing Download Festival or, you know, doing any huge U.S. tours, but... You know, all I care about really is music. I don't need, at this point, I don't even see shows anymore because I'm always, you know, busy with my own band. So, I don't know. Like, it's a bummer because that was like one of my favorite bands growing up. And you know how it is. You know, I mean, obviously, as you said, you're a him fan, and, you know, they hung it up this year, or last year, rather.
Yeah, they just hung it up. I was in, you know what?
I was going to talk to you about this. The Philly show.
Okay. And the Chicago show.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I got mad at my bandmate, and I was like, I'm not going to the hymn show. I could care less about it. And I sold the ticket on the ticket place. I forget what it's called. StubHub.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, well, let's still go to the Philly show. Well, I ended up drinking 2 bottles of whiskey the night before, and
oh man,
didn't feel too good the next day, and I could barely move out of bed. Like, there was no getting me out of the bed. No way. So I ended up missing my favorite band's last show because I drank 2 bottles of whiskey.
I remember seeing that post, like, guess I slept through him. Which, like, hey, it's like, you know, it's like one of your favorite bands, and you're there.
Yeah, #1 favorite band ever.
And, like, you're there to, like, I remember.
I'm there to see him, and, but, you know what? Good things happened out of it.
Yeah.
I went up to BAM's, and me and him ended up filming Dance with Devils. You know, he directed it. Arville filmed it. And
and that's Dance with Devils. That's a
That's the band is called the Pussy Bats. They're from Germany.
That's Now, is that the song that you did with him that's on Eavesdropper?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking about this last week, and I had a few messages on my
on my Facebook page.
But people were like, Bam put out an album. I'm like, yeah, he has like a bunch. Like, you know, the F-Face Unstoppables and then the Eavesdropper, which, dude, that Eavesdropper album, very underrated. I don't understand.
Dude, it's so good.
Dude, that song, Coming Home, and then the, God, what's his other one? Now I feel like a poser. It's gonna bother me. Hold on, let me type it into the Empty
I don't
Vessel.
know. I think one of my favorites off of it is like Empty Vessel or Love Is Dead.
That's the one with
Love Is Dead is the one with the drummer of Him.
Yeah, dude. I really dig. I just said it. Oh my god. This is why kids, when you're a young kid and you watch the Jack Butt show, you don't do the stunts and hit your head on stuff because then you can't remember Jack. I'm so stupid. God. Empty Vessel. Yeah, that's the song. I'm like, dude, when I hear that, I'm like, whoa, that's a good song.
Yeah, it is. And like, when you open up the album, like when I looked, like, you know, they have all the pictures of all the people that have been on the album.
Yep.
I never thought I'd be on an album with members of Him, a member of Bad Brains. It's just really weird to think that, like, I'm on a CD with members of CKY, Chad, Jess.
There's so many people on that album.
Yeah, there's, like, so many people, like people from metal bands, like
not 69 Eyes, but Cradle of Filth. Is it?
No, not that one.
Okay,
that was on F-Face Unstoppable.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just there's so many.
Alyssa White Glues. She's from Arch Enemy or Arch Enemy.
Yep.
She's on there.
I heard some crazy story that she's dating Doyle and they're living in Bam's house.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, man, that's too funny. I'm friends with Doyle's son, and he's got a killer band called Sleaze.
Yeah, that's what Bam told me, is that they're moving in.
Okay.
I can't say.
Yeah.
So.
Understandable. Yeah, no, that's crazy internet rumors, you know how that goes.
Well, yeah.
Oh, man. Well, heck yeah. Dude, you should call into the show, and you should, like, do more shows.
Well, absolutely.
Yes. Do you have any songs that I can put in my list of songs to play? Off the top.
Definitely "Sweet Leaf" by Black Sabbath.
All right, well, there you go.
We need that one for sure. I've been watching a lot of Black Sabbath lately.
Awesome.
On TV.
Are you still rocking that Jim Morrison beard?
No, I shaved that one off.
Oh, dude, like. You were looking
I couldn't sleep at night. I felt like I was sleeping with like twigs and little things. I couldn't.
You look like
sleep
a mountain man.
Yeah, I basically did. I didn't shower for like 2 weeks on end. There was one point.
Oh man, that's too good.
It was pretty grungy for a little bit there. It was
awesome.
I don't know.
Well, dude, plugs. Because
you're nothing unless you have social media.
What do you got? Where are you at, and where can people find the jams and stuff to know?
Well, you can go to our YouTube channel. All it is Eden, Wisconsin. That's the YouTube channel.
Cool.
You can go to Eden, Wisconsin on Facebook. You can check out Matthew Lidwin on Matthew Lidwin of Eden on Facebook. You can find that. On Twitter, it is Eden-official, I think. I don't know. I don't go on Twitter anymore.
Right, neither do I.
Donald Trump goes on Twitter and stuff. Like, I don't do that.
Right. I hear you.
On Instagram, you can go on Eden-official. You can find us on there. And, yeah. I think that's about all we got. We do have a song club, but I haven't been on it in a while.
And you can check everyone else's mama.
I like hot Debbies, man.
I know they're
hot Debbies.
There's something about old, like a nice crisp 40-some-year-old woman who's like.
Keith don't like those though. He totally blocked me one time. She invited this one woman pulled up at the gas station next to our car and.
Oh man.
She was talking to us, and Keith wanted to get out of there, but she was so hot and blonde and whatnot, and she was a good-looking hot Debbie for sure. And she was trying to invite me over to her place, and Keith was just like, okay, yeah, bye, and took off. And I was like, what are you doing, man? Like, total cockblock right there.
Right.
And I was like, man, you can't be doing that kind of stuff.
You can't do that to a guy, man. Well, on that note, we're going to...
Debbie snacks are the best.
Oh man, that's too good. Well, I don't know where to go from there. I'll tag you, or I'll tag all your posts in a post on my social media page.
So, on your social media page,
so everyone can figure it out. And yeah, dude, what a great time!
Absolutely.
All right, brother. I'll be talking to you probably after the show on my way to band practice, but heck yeah, man. Hopefully, well, not anymore. You got yourself old lady. So
yeah, absolutely.
So hopefully now she'll just have to buy you like a 12-pack of Little Debbie's, and y'all gonna get all fat. I forget what I was gonna say. Oh, all right. I'm gonna send this show off on this note. I'm going to talk about the day I met you and Keith, and then we did the music video. I get to your place, we go inside, and then we're like loading up the cars, and like this was within 5 minutes, and then like I went to my vehicle, and I came back, and I like got to like Keith's car, and you were just standing there with your thing out, whizzing, like arcing it into the air.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, that's what this is. Awesome. And then we started driving. We stopped at a gas station, and then I'm just kind of sitting there. And then you were talking to me at my vehicle, and I look over, and Keith's filling up his car, and then he's just standing there, hanging hog and whizzing like at the gas pump. And then like we were like kind of like in a shady area, and this like car full of yo boys drives by, and then they all like they saw that and like, oh man, that white boy be out peeing.
What about when we drove past that church?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Oh man, that lady just went outside for a second, and then she literally thought the devil drove by and yelled at her.
Yep.
Right on, brother man. Well, I'll send you off into the great yonder, but I will talk to you soon, and then we will have you on the show some more, man.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Hey, dude, anytime. It gets lonely here. All right, dude. I will talk to you later, and on that note, you asked for it. You got it. Catch you later, dude.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Matt Lidwin from Eden, folks. Good dude. Here's Black Sabbath Sweet Leaf, as recommended by the dude himself, Matt. Man, does Cam know his mic's on? Yeah, I do. I do know my mic's on, you fool. What do you think? I'm a fool? Fool? Huh? You think I'm fooling? I'm just dropping in. We just got done talking with Matt from Eden. For those of you that are listening, you're listening to It's a Radio Show on Radio Free Fargo, 95.9 KRFF, Moorhead/Fargo. Request line, 701-478-4959. I am not reading a script. I'm just that good. And I'm letting you know that this hour of music on KRFF is being underwritten by Orange Records. Orange Records offers a variety of new and used music on vinyl and CD, as well as a large selection of posters, DVDs, and much more. Orange Records is located at 641 First Avenue North in downtown Fargo. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 4 p.m. Search Orange Records on Facebook for updates and new arrivals and special events. Oh, and it ain't over, folks. No, I got more. This hour, because I didn't read last hour because I was talking to Matt and I didn't feel like interrupting him because he was telling good stories about whizzing in Chad from CKY's whiskey bottle and the time we made a music video, and there's a million other stories, and sadly you didn't get to hear them all. But I am here to tell you that this hour of programming on KRFF 95.9 FM is being underwritten by Adrian's Auto Care Center. Locally owned and operated in downtown Fargo, Adrian's Auto Center is a full-service garage with ASE certified mechanics for all auto care needs. Adrian's Auto Care Center is located at 102 North University Drive. Find them online at adriansautocarecenter.com. Yes, thank you. I know one thing. When I need vehicle repairs, I go there. Do you? I would. Hey, folks. We got like something like an hour left of this show. You want to hear songs? Huh? You want to play songs? You want to yell at me? That'd be cool. That'd make good radio. And then I would just laugh at you and make you seem silly because you don't really have a mic, and I do. I have a cell phone. That's why I would be talking to you. Yeah, but you don't have a landline. Call in 701-478-4959. Until then, here's a band I really like, Pestilence, old school death metal band. They've been around since the 80s. They're from the Netherlands, and they got a new album coming out. Here's a song called Non-Physical Existence by Pestilence.
came right your way, smiling at you like a friend. And all you've gotta say is this little prayer that you shall pray. Watch the night in bloom, now and ever again. Feel the hand of doom, the bottom of the fade. Dance with the devil. Bring out every little thing you've got, babe. Do you know how to rock, babe? Welcome, come get sun from dusk till dawn. Dance with the devils. Dance with the devils. Dance with the devils. Come get some from dusk till dawn. Fashion mask where hellfires burst for us, drowning liquors down our throats. Hear this little verse, blessed be, oh, be cursed. And no more talking, baby. No more talking, baby. No more talking, baby. Dance with the devil. Bring out every little thing you've got, babe. Do you know how to rock, babe? Welcome, come get some from dusk till dawn. Dance with the devils. Dance with the devils. Dance with the devils. Come get some from dusk till dawn. Dance with the devil. Bring out every little thing you've got, babe. Do you know how to ride, babe? Welcome, come get some from dusk till dawn. Dance with the devil. Do you really love me? Do you wanna rock, babe? Welcome, come get some from dusk till dawn. From dusk till dawn. Dance with the devils.
Spring won't come, the needles strive to struggle to be free from our ground. Evening mists that creep and crawl will drench me in blue. It's so brown. On the grave
just an average guy who read public documents where the elite said they were going to enslave us and destroy America. And I'm not going to be like yuppies come and deny the threat to my country. I'm going to fight back. involved now. Be on the right side of history. Be on the side of good. Wear the white hat. This is your chance to be involved in human history, and it is your destiny to be involved on the side of good.
Mr. Know-It-All. I will not compromise. I will not be told what to do. I shall not step aside. rhymes with eloquent.
Bow, 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 bow. Hey guys, you're listening to It's a Radio Show on Radio Chicago 95.9. And it's about that time. I got places to be. I got Gorgatron stuff to do because we're planning a lot of big, crazy, nutty things for all you folks. Oh, if only I could tell you. Oh, man. But yeah, if you don't know, you can get all of Gorgatron's stuff on any streaming platform. And after that, you can go to Facebook and you can like the Gorgatron page.
And you can see all the crazy videos we post on social media.
That's where I'm going. I got to go do Gorga stuff. We're playing a show this Saturday at the Red Raven. And then right after that show, you get your patootie over to the aquarium if you're of age. We're doing an all-ages show at the Red Raven. It's going to be Maul, Gorgatron, and I feel terrible because I only know those two bands. I know I'm the worst. And then at the aquarium, Maul is playing again with Alien Conspiracy, 13th Chapter, Thrallfrost, and Sega Genesis, a.k.a. Sanga? It'd be cool if they started playing Sega Genesis while they were on stage. Tell you what, you want to get a tour bus and a Warp Tour slot? That's what you do. You play a Sega Genesis on stage while you autistically screech. That being said, it's a radio show. It's over. And when the show is over, I do this. So until next week, here's this. I'm out.
Ahunga la hunga munga bunga haga maga sanga gaga banga banga unga bunga snunga tunga munga munga. And that's all he's doing is hunga baga haga hunga baga hunga baga hunga buga hunga buga buga hunga buga buga.
Please don't deny you. I'm coming